I was between jobs and we had hired a handyman to come and install a barn door. The house that we had gotten had an addition off the back of the house, and they didn't install any door. That addition was a bathroom. So there was nothing separating a master bedroom and a master bathroom. The previous owner had apparently used curtains, and we didn't want to use curtains. We wanted to have something a little bit more private. So my wife really wanted a barn door, and we went down the path of trying to make sure that we have everything needed to get that barn door installed. And so we hired a handyman, and we followed up with the handyman, and all of a sudden it came down to the time when he was supposed to come, and he never showed up. So it was time for a crash course in barn door installation at that point for me, because somehow it was my 2 weeks off between jobs, and my wife's like, "You're doing it." I'm like, okay, really didn't want to. I'd rather find another handyman, but here we are. I got the time, and let's do this. So I took the deep dive. I, had to build my own wall, and basically because there was no wall space to go through the entirety of the track length, I had to build in blocking and wall space to make sure that the barn door can be attached to that. And as you can imagine, going through all that, making sure that you properly install everything, and then there's all the extracurriculars involved with putting up walls again, and mudding and taping and painting again. Eventually you start getting familiar with the barn door space, and answers were hard to find. I think, there's definitely some companies that do it better, but a lot of the big box stores will say you can't get answers from them.
Right.
And so that's really kind of how the business came about, is we provide an option, and we really try to put a lot of effort into the customer service side, answering your questions to the fullest extent that we can.